You'll pardon me if I move. Respected Hutchins, teachers, and my dear friends. Today is the first Sunday after the Ascension, after the Feast of the Ascension. Oh, sorry. But I'll be honest, most of you aren't here for that. Today is Mother's Day, as all of you know. And I would like to first address this half of the room and honor you and thank you. Your nobility and your thankfulness know no bounds. If this half of the room has not given you it, I thank you for what you've given to all of us. You have honored us and aided us in our days, and you've done more for us than we will ever deserve. I thank you. My mother is here, I think, but I don't see her. Hi. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the days that I'm angry and when I'm sad. You help me and you aid me in everything that I do. You give me life when I'm in my darkest moments, and I will thank you till the day I die. As your son's will, as your father's will, as you were given that by your grandmothers, and by all of you by your mothers. I can never be deserving of the love you give me, but I will work every single day until I am. That goes for all of us, I think. We all love our mothers. I think that's a fact of life. We work hard to see if we can ever reach their expectations, and our parents and our mothers hope that we will. You all hope that you will. Even Jesus himself did this. Think of the first day, his first miracle, turning water itself into wine. Jesus didn't want to do it. Jesus stopped, but his mother came first and said, "My son will help you." And Jesus preferably was annoyed. He spoke harshly against his mother. "Woman, why do you do this?" But his mother, accepting his son's anger, turned and said, "Listen to my son." Jesus many times, actually we see in the Bible, grows into being the Son of God. And his mother is the biggest point of reference. His mother aids him in the moments of pain and suffering that he has, and cries the most for him on the day of his crucifixion. We all want that. And as today also is the Ascension, as Jesus is soon leaving, we see this again as he gives the greatest commandment. The greatest teaching that his mother could have ever given them is to love all. To love your friends, to love your enemies, to love the people who hate you and who disavow you, as much as the people who love you, as much as your mother did to you. Love all. I can never, I think, live to my mother's expectations, but I will spend every day trying to. I love my mother, as all your sons love you, and I will thank you again and again. We see again in St. John, chapter 13, the verse of today, from 31 to 36. Jesus is leaving. We see him say to love all again. Our mothers teach us this. There are days when I find myself that I break and I don't stay grounded to the earth. I lift off because I do not know better, but my mother grounds me back. She chains me to the earth and says, "Stop. What you are doing is foolish, but you do not know better. You are disconnected from the world because you do not know better. And I will teach you better because I will raise you better." Our mothers make mistakes. Our fathers make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but they raise us to be better than what they could ever be. They honor us by teaching us to be even better than they could. And they give us that, no matter how hard we disavow it. Even if we hate their ideals of what we can be, if we disavow it, we don't believe we're good enough sometimes, our mothers will stay there and say, no, I've raised you, and I know you better than you know yourself sometimes. And I know you are better than what you are. I thank my mother for what she has given me, the things I can never give back. She took me to this country and gave me a life that she could never live. And I realized how much my mother has given me and how much my parents were grounded by their mothers when I saw their mothers die. When their mothers passed away, I saw how much it hurt my mom and how it hurt my dad. My mother, who came to this country because of the teachings of her mother. My grandmother lived in a small hut and raised 7 kids to travel the world and become better than what they could be. My father spoke to my mother every day, every Sunday, calling them and receiving her mercy and her grace. My mother called and received her knowledge every single day. My grandmother had a 5th grade education, but she rose above it and allowed her children to reach across the world. My grandmother helped my father in the moments where he was angry, when he had the same rage that he passed on to me, temper it and bring him back down. Yes. I'm thankful for my mother, and I'm thankful for my grandmother. I'm thankful for all the mothers that brought me here today, that allowed me to speak to all of you. And I know all of you are thankful to the grandmothers that you have. To the people that you know are gone, and you are honoring their days by being here. And you will always work up to who they want you to be. You will live up to their ideal, because I believe that is who you will be. That's how your mothers believe you. And I will always, always work up to those expectations. Mom, thank you for what you have given me. Thank you for every single step of the way. I will make you angry tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next. I will anger you because I don't know better. Because I'm a fool. Because I do things that are foolish and that are aggressive. But you will teach me and you will always love me, and that is something I can never live without. That is something I sometimes don't respect, but sometimes later I realize that that's the only thing that keeps me grounded, and I will thank you to the end of my days. May the love of God the Father, the grace of His only begotten Son, the forgiving and indwelling of His Holy Spirit bless us all today, especially in these days, and honor your mothers, for they are the greatest thing you could ever have.